Welcome to your Extra Shot of Sunrise. I'm Carlos Diaz, along with Meredith Juliet, and it's good that just the two of us. And even though we love Kelly Green, we don't want to see her right now because
it means there's snow.
That means there's snow in the forecast.
Right.
So we're just happy that Kelly is telling us it's going to be 80 degrees next Tuesday. And I'm looking at the forecast right now. 62 on Sunday, 72 on Monday, 80 on Tuesday.
Wow.
Warming trend, Kelly says. Kelly making an appearance.
We love to hear it.
All right, so before we get to the good news about the Indianapolis 500, we have to kind of talk about, the FedEx facility and, of course, the workers returning to the facility yesterday. And, of course, today marks 1 week since last week's deadly mass shooting. Just yesterday, FedEx employees returned to the facility for the first time since the shooting. There was an increase in security, and this could be the new normal for employees. Workers had to go through 2 checkpoints before they could even get into the parking lot. Then they were met with additional security guards. Finally, they were checked in with what appeared to be, FedEx employees and personnel there. I want to just kind of I had a conversation earlier, a text, if you will, with somebody who works at the FedEx plant, and she said that she was nervous going back to work. But she said that they remodeled portions of the facility, the entryway, and also the security areas. She said there were so much security and extra FedEx personnel there, and the entire time they said, hey, if you need to talk to anybody, we've got counselors here. And she said when she left, she felt relieved. And so FedEx obviously stepping up and doing what they can to make sure that their personnel are feeling comfortable.
And we want to tell you guys about a story. Steve Jefferson interviewed the youngest witness in the Derek Chauvin trial exclusively in Minneapolis. Steve was there for the past 4 weeks covering the trial and the verdict. He spoke with the 10-year-old girl who witnessed George Floyd's murder and testified at Derek Chauvin's trial. And I don't think we have the soundbite from that, but her name is Judea Reynolds. She says she wants to encourage other kids to be brave and that she's thinking about writing a book. Chauvin was convicted on all 3 charges yesterday for George Floyd's death. He's set for sentencing in 8 weeks. It's a moving story. If you head to our website and you want to see it, Steve did a really nice job with that, Carlos.
I can't imagine being, she was 9 at the time of, the death of George Floyd, and then she just turned 10. And the innocence. Yeah. And you see from the police camera video looking back, and you see her because she's standing next to the person taking that now infamous video. Right. And it's so sad that a 9-year-old had to witness that. So.
The innocence was what broke me too. When she was talking about her heart, she was like, all of a sudden my heart, I feel it going pow, pow, pow. Mm-hmm. It just breaks your heart.
All right. So there's a portion of the interview right there. Do we have the sound from that, or are we just have the B-roll? So let's just, we can see her right there, kind of walking. I'm sorry. We have the sound from that? Okay, so let's play that interview right now.
Okay.
I was scared at first, and then just when my heart started hitting me with a pow, and that's when I got shaped, and then I started being brave.
So right there, she's talking about when she was testifying. She actually testified at the trial. So she's writing a book now, to tell young kids to face their fears, as she has done. And then she says, as you can see, be the change is her T-shirt right there. So what a brave little girl, and we're just, so happy that Steve got a chance to share her story.
Yeah, and meet with her. Okay, a lot of people saying good morning on here. Kelly saying, I'm glad to hear the FedEx employees are being comforted. Glenn saying, keep the FedEx workers safe from the tragedy of what happened Thursday going into Friday. Good morning to Kev. Good morning, Robin. Thanks for joining us again today, guys.
Yeah, good stuff there. All right, so let's talk about the good news.
Yeah.
Fans will be attending the Indianapolis 500 next month. It's the news many Hoosiers have been waiting for. Fans are officially allowed back into the stands at the 2021 Indianapolis 500. So we know that it's only going to be 40% of the fans will be allowed, okay? But that's still 135,000 people.
Right.
It's big. The capacity limit is due, of course, to the pandemic. Last year, the race was closed. It was also at the end of the summer. So it's definitely an improvement. It's going to be back in May. You'll see fans in the stands. Just a heads up, if you plan to attend the race, masks will be required. Temperature checks will be taken at the gate, and seats will be spaced out around the track. So in case you're wondering, what do you need to do to get a ticket? Well, good luck to that. Race day is now 38 days away, and you have plenty of time to score a ticket, but here's the thing. So we checked earlier this morning, and the application is up to get a ticket. There's not going to be general admission tickets this year, so you're going to need to go online to apply for extra tickets. But here's, let me just, you got to fill out an application, hope for the best. But here's the thing. They already sold 170,000 tickets before they made this announcement.
Yeah.
So they're going to, in order for you to get a ticket, that like 35,000 people are going to have to say, I don't want to go, and get a, they're going to, and get a credit for next year before tickets are even open.
Right.
Because they've already sold 170,000.
Yeah.
And they're only going to allow 135,000 people in, unless at the last minute they say, you know what, we feel that we can accommodate more people safely, which doesn't look likely. It's looking like if you don't have a ticket right now, you're not going to have a ticket for the Indianapolis 500. Now, the next big thing is, will it be shown live? Now, it's going to be here on Channel 13. We don't even know, I wish we did, whether it's going to be shown live or not.
Because of the blackout rules.
Because of the blackout rule. So normally the blackout rule says that it can only be shown, hours after the race. That's in order for people to actually go to the race. The blackout was lifted on the 100th anniversary about 5 years ago. It was also lifted last year.
Yep.
And I truly believe that because it was lifted last year, and I called it right from the beginning. I'm like, oh, they're going to lift the blackout. They have to, because there's no fans allowed.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it will be a sellout this year, because if they only allow 135,000 fans, there'll be 135,000 tickets sold.
Yeah.
So that's a sellout. And just as they did the 100th anniversary of the Indianapolis 500 5 years ago, they broadcast it live. It wasn't on Channel 13 back then, it was on Channel 6, but still, I digress.
That's a moot point.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's on Channel 13 because we're cool. So that's the thing. It's like, so I truly believe, and I don't have any, inner talk with the bosses here at 13 or inner talk with anyone over at IMS, even though we have reached out to them.
Yeah.
I think it just makes sense for it to be live this year. That's just my thoughts.
I do too. And I think it's kind of, listening through that one-on-one that Taylor Tannenbaum did with Doug Bowles yesterday, he kind of said, like, look, 40% is us saying we are very comfortable that Marion County will be opened past that point. He was like, it could be even, Marion County could allow venues of this size to do 50% capacity, but 40%, he was like, we just feel confident and comfortable that that's going to be okay by the time Memorial Day comes. So I feel like we can expect some changes in and out, and it's just kind of going to be fluid. But at this time, yep, 40%, 135,000. And this is a welcome announcement to all the businesses in the Speedway area. I mean, they were hit hard, especially, restaurants all along the Main Street and Speedway. They are excited to host fans next month. A lot of them missed out on that crucial business last year when fans, of course, did not come to town for the race. So they're excited for that race day energy and money to return. And don't forget, you can join us at race day coverage May 30th. You can get an inside look at all the action and excitement. We do full morning of coverage. It's really fun, and we go to the track, and I think it's going to be great this year.
Yeah, it is really long.
It's really long. Yeah, from a broadcaster's perspective, send coffee.
I think we start broadcasting like on Friday. But anyway, I digress. It's one
overnight.
You just go.
Yeah.
For us, it's not that bad because we're used to waking up at 2 in the morning. But for the Scott Swans of the world, who never complains, he has to wake up super early in the morning to be there super early.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's the thing too. I just did an interview with 4 different businesses in Speedway, because next Friday we have a segment. We're going to be broadcasting live from Speedway all morning long. Well, I will be for our local love segment. That's April 29th, next Friday.
Yeah.
And I talked to the people at Daredevil Brewing Company. I talked to the people at Founders Grounds, which is a new coffee shop there. And I talked to a few other businesses there. And they were all on pins and needles waiting for this. And I tell you right now, that's another reason why I think it's going to be broadcast live. Because the person who owns Daredevil Brewing Company said that they did Indianapolis 500 numbers last year when the race was broadcast live, because everyone wanted just to be in Speedway.
Close by, hear the cars.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly. So he's like, so I just don't think they're going to deny the fans that, but also the businesses that. Where, think about it, if you go to Speedway on May 30th, even though you're not going to be able possibly to get into the track to see the race, you can still watch the race in Speedway on TV.
That's
I think
a
it just
really
makes
good point.
sense.
I do too.
I'm kind of just driving this point home.
I do too.
Time. All right, so Julia Moffitt, our own esteemed colleague, has a new series here on Sunrise called To the Rescue. And you get this, about 6 to 8 million cats and dogs feel 3,500 animal shelters each year, according to the Humane Society. We know not every animal is going to find a home, regrettably, which is just so sad.
Right.
So Julia came up with this idea, hey, let's help the thousands of volunteers who work tirelessly at shelters and rescue facilities here in Indiana. So our series kicked off this morning in Julia's hometown of Lebanon, Indiana, right there in Boone County. Take a watch.
Since 2007, the Humane Society for Boone County has been finding homes for unwanted animals.
When we say clear the shelter, this is the most awesome thing.
The success of their program comes down to volunteers. They have about 60 right now.
This one's Tina, and this is Aretha.
Christy Brubaker, who fosters puppies, has lost track of how many she's helped over the years.
But I think that when you do it long enough, you understand that your job is just to work with the pups and get them in a good place so that they are ready to go to a home.
Once an animal comes into the shelter, the goal is to assess them and get them into a foster home right away.
You know, in foster homes, they can learn manners a little better. We get to see how they interact with other dogs, other cats, children. So we learn so much more about them, which then helps us find the right home for them.
Last year, they went through more than 20,000 pounds of dog and cat food, most of which is donated from the public. And when there's something here they can't use, they go ahead and turn around and donate it as well. Bruce and Dawn Jarrett live on a large farm in Boone County. They love the fact they can help get the dogs they foster family ready.
Well, I think with the love of animals, and there's a need in this community to have this service. We need more volunteers. Boone County especially, we have a large animal population, and there's a big need for foster families.
I feel like I leave an impact in the world by doing this. So, you know, we're able to find unwanted animals homes, and we make sure that animals are spayed and neutered, which decreases the unwanted pet population, which is really important.
That is great stuff right there. And if you're looking to be a foster parent for a dog or a cat, please do so. And please contact your local Humane Society, because it is such a great way for those dogs and cats to transition into a loving home a little bit later.
I'm so jealous that Julia got that assignment. Like, that is the best assignment ever. She gets to go from shelter to shelter highlighting these cute little cats and dogs, which is awesome.
I would be heartbroken, because like you walk out and you're like, you want to adopt all of them.
I know.
So
and I've done live shots before, like at PetSmart when they have like a PetSmart adoption day, and I connect with one of the pets and I'm like, I can't. We have a full house of so many pets, but like, I agree with you. It is hard.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, well, LeVar Burton is hosting Jeopardy. People are very excited about this. You might know him from Reading Rainbow, from Star Trek, now Jeopardy. LeVar Burton is in the final set of guest hosts filling in this season. There's actually been a petition swirling around online pushing for him to become the permanent host. He has a big fan base. He tweeted out a thank you to those fans saying, "I will do my best to live up to your faith in me. You made a difference." Now, other big names like Robin Roberts, Joe Buck, Aaron Rodgers are set to host or have hosted Jeopardy. It's been kind of fun watching this kind of revolving door, Carlos, of hosts of Jeopardy.
And I think like Robin Roberts would be awesome. I think Joe Buck would be awesome. But Joe Buck, I mean, he's a sportscaster.
Yeah.
Robin Roberts does Good Morning America. I mean,
They're busy.
Yeah, they're busy. They got jobs. Like they're not Ryan Seacrest, who hosts everything, you know? So that's the thing. And LeVar Burton, I mean, people were talking about LeVar Burton while Alex Trebek was still alive.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people, see, I know LeVar Burton because I'm a nerd and I watch Star Trek. Other people know him from his, from the kids shows that he hosted at one time. So people have grown up with LeVar Burton, and he's just an amazing human being. So I think he's my vote. He's got my vote.
I love that.
Not Dr. Oz and not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, so bad dads are featured on beer cans. So how bad is your dad? I'm thinking of like Michael Jackson bad, like, he's bad.
Yeah.
Not like bad, like, oh, that guy's bad news.
Like a deadbeat dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, which by the way, Patrick, did you want me to say don't pay child? We were talking off camera about, I don't think this is a dad that doesn't pay child support. And then I said it on camera.
I know.
And Patrick's running camera and he starts laughing.
I was laughing. I love that you clarified. Like, this isn't the dad that's skipping out on his child support payments.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because there are bad dads out there, you know. But this is like bad dad, like he tells bad dad jokes, like how do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on him. Yeah. So how do you catch a tame rabbit? Tame way. So that's a bad dad. Those are bad dad jokes, is what I'm saying to you. All right.
Yeah.
So that's it's all in good fun. I would be a bad dad because I make my kids go get me iced teas from the refrigerator when I'm too lazy.
I'll take a beer.
No, I do not have my kids, because I do have beer in the fridge. I do not have them get what we call that daddy jugo, which is daddy juice in Spanish. But
That's funny.
I don't have my kids handling the alcoholic beverages, but I will have them get me an iced tea. Or by the way, this is not an endorsement, but there's a new low carb energy drink called Celsius.
Okay.
It's amazing. You gotta try. I got Julia on it. It's called Celsius. You can get it at Costco. And it's low carb, low sugar. And I don't believe that it's low carb, low sugar because it tastes so delicious. So I'm just saying. All these different flavors. So there you go.
I am obsessed with coffee, but maybe I will try that. And I have to say, on TikTok, there's this really entertaining trend right now where it's girls will FaceTime their dads and be like, like it's girls in college, like name my 3 roommates and see if their dad can name them. Or they'll like show them a picture of all of their high school best friends and be like, can you name all the girls in this picture? And I think that's very funny, because that's kind of like the bad dad they're talking about, because usually the dads are just
So by the way, the whole bad dad thing is there's a beer and they're looking for the bad dad Hall of Fame, and they're going to put your dad's picture on the side of a beer can. All right, let's move on to Shake Shack.
Shake Shack opening today. If you love burgers, you love milkshakes, you love cheese fries, we've got really good news for you. The new Shake Shack in Fishers opens later today. They're offering a drive-through pickup lane for online orders. You can grab a burger starting this morning at 11 a.m. That location off of East 116th Street in the Fishers district.
Yeah, I went to the Shake Shack when it opened in Vegas, several years ago. That is delicious. And
I love Shake Shack.
Their shakes are delicious. Their ice cream, unbelievable. Fries, okay.
Well, and it's interesting too, because it kind of was like a coastal thing for a while. Then we got the one in the airport, but it's past the ticket counters. Like you can't go and get something.
It's so stupid. Like, why are you teasing us?
Right.
It's like you're putting it out there. We can't get to it.
And now we have the Fishers one, and then they're building one right downtown, like right off of Mass Ave, too.
All right, there you go.
We're going to be Shake Shack infiltrated, I guess. I don't know what word I'm thinking of. All right, for Carlos Diaz, I'm Meredith Juliet. We'll see you tomorrow morning right here on Extra Shot of Sunrise.